Welcome, welcome. I haven't taken my dogs out to the park yet. I'm supposed to do that. Shoot, they haven't pooed today, but they both took large dumps last night, so it's very possible they don't need to poo. I did let them pee, so I think we're good. I think we're good. I started the live stream because I was on another live stream, and unfortunately, sometimes when you have a live stream where you're trying to teach and help people, a lot of friction comes in from people who are not happy and they are mad at you because they're not happy. You're supposed to make them happy. You're a YouTuber. You're supposed to make them feel good because you're the YouTuber. And if you're spiritual, you're supposed to only speak like this. You're never supposed to have texture, emotions, um, assertive, or even like aggressive. Um, Hi, Christopher and Works. How are you? Um, and be fiery. You're not allowed to do that. If you do that, you're not spiritual. Cute. So I had to finally get off of that stream. He's doing the good work, triggering people, but I'm not interested anymore. So I thought I would come on and chill with you guys for a bit. Hang on, let me put this in here. Tiger, how are you? I've been trying to share good creators with you guys, but it's really hard to find. And especially if I share like a creator with you and you expect them to be a certain way, like people come on here, for example, when I had my chat the other day and I was venting and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so mad, I'm so mad. And they're like, you're not spiritual. Really, why? Do you think that humans who are on a spiritual journey don't get upset? That they can't have big feelings and expression in big ways? Okay, good for you. Um, and that to me means that the people in the chat, oh, so sorry, the people in that chat are not on their own spiritual journey. Because if you are on a spiritual journey genuinely, sorry, I had to start suddenly, so I started at right at 2, I think I did. Anyway, if you are on a spiritual journey for real, you're not really going to judge others' spiritual journeys who are trying to help others. And or even if they're just trying to be on a spiritual journey, period. And I am not interested in judging other people's spiritual journey. And when you guys see that I'm kind of like have different energy, or I'm more edgy some days, or I share a rare situation in my life, uh, and people came on the other day, they're like, you're not spiritual. Spiritual people don't talk like that. Spiritual people never get mad. Spiritual people don't laugh and smile or whatever. Okay, guys, good luck with that. Maybe you are perfect and have attained enlightenment, you've attained nirvana, and you're able to just num, 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 num. But the reality of being a human being with this third dimensional, third density friction, if you do start out on a spiritual path, guess what you're going to encounter? More friction. Because not only do you still have to live in society with other people, but now you're on a path. Oh, they hate that. You better be perfect. But if you're perfect, you're faking it. You just can't win. And so my message to you guys is that if you are on your spiritual journey, it's so super important to surround yourself with people who support you on your spiritual journey, one of whom would be me. I understand how frustrating it can be to be on a spiritual journey and fall off of your horse one day. But you got to get back up there. Yesterday I was having a good day of just like watching my energy and meditating and listening to frequencies and just like, wow, this feels so good. Being with myself, being in silence. And one of my kids came in and blah, blah, blah. And said something and I got triggered. And so I went off, and even in the midst of it, I'm able to observe myself and say, wow, next time we want to do better. Always trying to do better. Let me pull you guys up so I can read your chats, because I appreciate you guys being here, and I definitely want you to feel heard and seen if you have something that is constructive to say. I'm not interested in people who are not trying to be constructive, and no one else is either. And that doesn't make me not spiritual. It means that I want to be around people who are like me. I'm not interested in being a monk on the mountaintop, but I can experience friction just by walking out my front door or going to the store. Okay. In this space, I do really like to create an environment where we're all trying to help and uplift one another. So, welcome in. My name is Geneviève, if you're new here. I was born in the year of the dog, and I was born like this. I've been on my path my entire life. I remember the moments before I was born, and there was like a little guruji sitting there and telling me, push your head on that. And I'm like, what? On what? Right there. Push your head there and go through there. And I'm like, there's nowhere to go. He's like, as soon as you push your head on that, you'll see. And that's all I remember. So let me edit the video. Hello, everybody here. Let me just do this real quick. I want you all to be here. Do subscribe. It's in subscriber only. And we're just going to make it 1 minute and see how it goes from there. And we are going to monetize, because you know what? We need more enlightened millionaires and billionaires. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? We need more enlightened millionaires and billionaires. If you think that someone who is on the path to enlightenment doesn't need money to live, then I'm assuming you live free. You don't have to buy food. You don't have to pay any bills. You don't have to use money at all to exchange for the value in your life. Invite me. Show me how you did that. Otherwise, understand that we need more enlightened millionaires and billionaires, don't we? Of course we do. All right. We're going to turn off live reactions because I absolutely can't stand our obsessive compulsive heart spammer that won't go away. And save that. And let's go to here. Nice to see you all here. I'm really only interested in those of you hanging out who really, really belong here. I am no longer interested, because I've been on my path for so very long. I'm not interested in arguing and debating people. Not at all. Not at all. So welcome in, everyone. Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing. Okay, and you guys, I just can't even thank you enough for being here. Even if you're one of my regular, I have like 1,000 regular viewers now. 1,000 regular viewers. Thank you guys. And for those of you who come in and you never say anything, silence is golden. Thank you for being here. I gained 157 subscribers. Yes. So Tiger, my son, is going to set up a thing so that there's stuff on the screen and other things, not like, oh, donate, and then there's going to be something that wakes me up. Because we discussed, tell me, during I thought it said, how high are you? Anyway, during the live streams, no, during a sleep stream, what's most important to you guys? Are you there for just like comfort, to have like someone sleeping next to you and da 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 da, and the sound of the white noise? Because I use pink noise actually when I sleep. Is that what you are? Is that what you want, or should we gamify it a little bit? And if there's so many donations or whatever, then it wakes me up and I do something. So we can do either way. We can just have it a nice, calming sleep stream, or we can gamify it. Thank you, Lost in the Dream. Irregular. Yeah, they're irregular viewers. That's funny. Not so much stuff on the screen because that's distracting. Okay. So are you guys actually watching me sleep or sleeping with me, along with me? Hey, Abby, I remember how I said in the beginning, like, I'm really, really interested in this stream being people who are on the same page. If you can get on the same page, honey, you can stay, but it's really none of your business if I'm single, is it? I'm not here to date you. My private life is none of your business unless I choose to share it. See how that works? Sound machine, okay. From a couple nights ago, it's now on. Yes, I can see your message is void. It's now only for members right now because they demonetized it for having music in it. So I'm having the music removed. I might just trim it down to the part after I actually go to sleep, or trim it down to actually after I stopped playing like Ravi Shankar and all Jai Uttal. I'm glad I introduced you guys to those musicians. This is the first time you can chat. What does that mean? Domo, hi, honey. Untamed, yeah, there's a brand new sleep stream in the member only section. I will show you what it looks like. I will show you what it looks like. Live, 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 live. This. Where's the thumbnail? Look at this, babies. Here we go. Member only. Just so you know. Maybe tonight. Oh, I do have a microphone. Yes, I do. Or is it not on? I'm yelling. I have to remember that when I have these on, I don't have to project. Tea time. Hi, honey. How are you? How are you for real, real, honey? Thank you. You know, I've watched another speaker on his path, and he's got all these thumbnails and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I've been thinking about it for a couple of months of really making good thumbnails like I used to do on my other channel. Sorry, I'm projecting again. And now he actually inspired me to do that. And I was like, you know, let me just make a couple today. Better every day, good, honey. You want to hear me breathing? You won't because I have very loud pink noise going. So you can't hear me breathing. You can watch me sleeping. Yeah, I have an Instagram. You can go find it for yourself if you want to. I don't post there. I don't know why people post to Instagram if they have big YouTube accounts. Maybe to get Instagram people to come over here. I don't know. I'm like at capacity for executive function. The fact that I made a couple of thumbnails today is monufucking-mental. And yeah, guess what? I am a spiritual seeker and I can use words like, um, I can curse if I feel like it and still be a spiritual seeker. Do I prefer not to curse? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know why people have such problems with some words. It's just all societal conditioning. It's all societal conditioning. And I'm not playing that game. Joe, no, honey, listen, you're not directing this porno, love. When I sleep with white noise. You're not going to be able to hear me breathing, and I'm not going to do it just special for you. Okay? I create content, and either you like it or you don't. Yeah, Untamed. Hashtags, yes, but its title and thumbnails are the most important. So your spiritual journey also tells you to curse. I am my spiritual journey, and I accept and allow where I am on my path on any given day. Sometimes I feel like I'm closer. Sometimes I feel like I'm farther. And I understand and accept myself, and I understand I'm a human being that acts like a human being a lot of the time. Yeah, societal conditioning. Joe, please just stop. You're getting on my nerves. My sleep streams, I listen to pink noise. I'm going to say it one more time. I listen to pink noise. You won't be able to hear me breathe. Okay? I'm not wearing a microphone while I'm sleeping. Go find someone else's sleep stream where you can hear them breathing. Void, I work on it as much as I am supposed to work on it. You work on you, I work on me. You work on you, I work on me. And if we support one another, we create synergy. But if you judge me and say I should be working, I should do it better. I should do it better. I should be better at being a seeker. I should be better. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Apparently, I do not snore. Yes. People that watch my sleep stream say I do not snore. What am I reading right now? Holly, do you want a reading? I don't do tarot, if that's what you're thinking. Tarot was not meant to be used as a tool of entertainment or income. You're not supposed to read other people's tarot. If you like tarot, you're supposed to go get your own deck and learn how to really use it by studying the real eternal tarot decks and learn to read it for yourself. That is the proper use of tarot if you like tarot. Just letting you know. I don't care if you watch tarot readers. I watch certain tarot readers just because I like them as creators. But the proper use of tarot, if you actually understand its proper original use, not the gamified version from the Middle Ages, the real one, you read it for you. What book am I reading? I have a few books that I dip into, but I'm done reading books. I mean, yeah, cussing is fucking awesome, bro. How spiritual would I be if I got hung up on people cursing? You're cursing. You're cursing. You're not spiritual. How spiritual would I be if I sit in judgment of myself for cursing? All I can do is acknowledge where I am on my path and try to be better every day. A little bit better every day, as much as possible. And sometimes we take a couple steps back, and guess what you do? You live in grace, honor thyself, love thyself, and just keep it moving. Goodbye, weird guy. You all just know. So it's wonderful to have you all here. Let's see. Untamed says, being an emotional body have been got me crying as a grown-ass man these days, so I'm definitely doing something right on my journey. Well, not only that, grown-ass men lose a little bit of testosterone and start to feel more of the estrogen in their bodies, and they become more emotional and cry easier. They become a little bit more like women, and they start to understand why women cry so easily over shit. And that's a beautiful space to be at, right? Because it means you're coming into equanimity in your genders, in your gender self. The only reason why we have genders in the way we behave is because of, thank you for that, who sent that corgi. Lost, thank you, gorgeous. I appreciate that so much. Alchemy, thank you. Good to have emotions, Jeff? Absolutely. Ellen, hi, honey. How are you? Nice to have you in. It's been a while. I know that you've just been popping in here and there. It's nice to see you. Anyway, if we were sent down here to experience the full range of human emotions, how spiritual am I if I don't allow myself to have a full range of emotions? We were literally put here to have that experience. Do you think that Shiva, the dancing Shiva, and Kali the destroyer are pacifists? No, babe. No. They're fucking destroyers. When the dancing Shiva puts his foot down, what happens? There's some trivia in the chat for you. What happens when he puts his foot down? And there's a humongous statue out in front of CERN of the dancing Shiva. Don't you wonder what it's doing there, what it means? Maybe 11 p.m. Central Time. That would be 10 my time, I think. I was actually planning on it. Shiva dropped nukes. He was fucking with everybody today, and his energy was so up there and like and so positive ion. Yes, he does need to go ground. Yes, he does need to go for a run or something and get all that out of there. But it does not distract or detract from his journey. That friction we encounter as spiritual seekers, a monk who lives on a mountaintop who has no friction, oh, how easy it is to become a monk. But when you actually live around people and expose yourself to NPCs or trolls, that is the real growth. If you can handle it. You guys have seen me on my journey. I had to quit live streaming for a while there because I was not handling the trolls very well. I had to get back to my thing, right? Sometimes we do that. And it's just like the tides. You come in and out and in and out. It's just like having a baby. That baby's going to go in and out, a little more out, then in a little bit, and then a little more out. And it's like one step forward, two steps back, because we're still in this density. We're still humans. You know, our subconscious is 10 million times more than our conscious. So what we try to do consciously, so beautiful. I heard someone say, this was actually Sadhguru said, you can consciously try to go in this direction while riding an elephant, but the elephant's going to do what the fuck it wants. That's your subconscious. Your conscious can try to control you, but your subconscious actually controls you. So you've got to program your subconscious. I think that he's the one that said it. I don't know. You've got to fill your subconscious so that the elephant is going in the way you want it to go. Trapped in the conscious mind. It's not easy. Hey, dog woman, welcome in, honey. Dance with Shiva, energize the real version of me and removes all the mask of delusion. So the dancing Shiva, Jeff thinks. Rhythm, Lost says, yes. Yeah, I'll try Tiger at 10 p.m. I'm planning on it. Am I Christian or Catholic? No, I am not. So I've been this way since I was born. It wasn't until I was 29 years old that it first occurred to me that not everyone is like me. Not everyone is having the same life experience-ish or perceives reality like me. Because what I learned is not everybody cares about honesty and integrity. And I was like, what? And that's when I started to learn, but I kept forgetting over and over and over because I just see people as divine humans, whether they've stepped into their divinity or not. And so through my life, over and over and over and over, I've been taught through hard lessons how people are not concerned with honesty and integrity. These are two of the most important things when you enter your spiritual practice. I was born this way. I am freely honest. I care about integrity. I was born like this, and some people cannot stand that, like my family, for example. They want surface agreeability. They do not want accountability or depth. They don't want to go deep. And they don't want anyone reflecting to them who they are or who they are not. And I represent all of those things. So I am outcast. They're glad I'm gone, and I'm glad I'm gone too. Because now they can have their narrative about themselves and me in peace. Well, you know that's not really peace, and I know that's not really peace. But that's fine. Too many people cannot dive deep. It is so uncomfortable. But to me, this surface stuff is super uncomfortable. Always has been. And it took me a long time to realize why, like, my father, my mother, people didn't want to have those conversations with me. And then I was like, oh, that is uncomfortable for you to peel back the layers, because when you do, it's like, whew, we need to air that shit out. It's been in there too long. Pew. Yes, lost. I mean, you said it. Don't you dare tell the truth. You're spoiling my lies. Oh my God. And then poison. Reality is not to be tempered with, not to be tramped in three-dimensional space built by five-dimensional people. Untamed happened at 28 on my birthday for me till I realized that truth. We were about the same age. Isn't that interesting? Let me go back up here and see what I missed from you all subscribers. Let me just go back up here real quick. Oh, Joe begging me for a microphone. Most societal conditionings. Joe begging me for a microphone again. My path varies also. Correct. There are seasons. There is weather. We're a microcosm of the whole universe. We have seasons. We have weather. We have charges. Positive, negative, neutral, you know? And so those who watch someone who's not like, and my darling, you are just a lovely bird of spirituality flying in the sky. And that is all you need to be concerned about. Don't worry about anything else. You're right about everything. And you just need to calm and be. And everything is so wonderful all the time when you're a spiritual being. Bullshit, bitch! I'm going back down in the chat now, so hang on. You can be a physical, mental, your personality, everything can be a force of nature and intimidate the fuck out of people, or even piss them off or rub them the wrong way. It doesn't mean you're not spiritual, or it doesn't mean you're not a seeker. It means you're experiencing yourself. And if you turn around and you're like, yeah, that energy is not really working for me on a spiritual level, then you course correct. It's only up to you. Anyone who wants to come in and like judge your spiritual journey is not on their own spiritual journey, are they? Don't sit in judgment of yourself. Okay? If you're seeking and you're trying, don't sit in judgment of yourself. Just allow yourself to be. All light waves, even sound is just condensed light. So be the light. Let your life shine, making me cry if you're being mean to me. Joe, I'm not being mean. Please be nice. Do it. Not get rude to me at all. I'm not being rude. I said you're begging me for a microphone over and over and over. And if you are offended by that, then you're offended by your own behavior. Because all I said was the truth. That you kept begging me for a microphone over and over and over. If that's offensive to you, that's perfect, because this is the perfect opportunity and example of how we can look back at our behavior and say, huh, she's right. I was really saying that over and over. Even after she said, this is how it goes. I'm not wearing a microphone to bed. Appreciate you. If you don't like my sleep streams, you can go somewhere else. That's all. If you found that offensive, look at what you were doing and its cause and effect. Well, what we call it a negative aspect, right? So I guess you could be like polarities. I'm allowed to have polarity. I live in the third density. How couldn't I? I have to have polarity to exist, to be perceived. If I collapse into actual spiritual and energetic unanimity, you would not be able to see or hear me. Nature is rude. Survival of the fittest. Huh. Interesting. That's Darwinism. That's just societal programming, and it's not even true. It's not even true. It's survival of the most adaptable. Whoever can adapt survives. But survival is not necessarily a spiritual journey. I'm really hot. Evolution has a purpose or intelligence too, it seems. Well, evolution is really mutations of adaptability. Like I said, the fan is over there trying to blow a non-existent air conditioning in. God, this thing's caught on my necklace again. Jesus. I keep getting this thing caught on my necklace. Cannabis, how you doing? And you guys, I want you to know, there are definitely things you can do to enhance your energy and make it easier for you. But I'm not going to judge you if you're not there. I'm not there for everything. I'm not going to judge you. Are you trying? You know, what have you done for yourself today that's going to help most of the time, Tiger, with it off? That's going to help. Jesus. There we go. That's going to help you on your journey today. There we go. All I did is I dug this quartz up out of the ground and wrapped it in copper, and I put it around my throat chakra, and my whole life changed. I've had a closed throat chakra my whole life, and I've never had stable, strong breath. And this is what I'm working on right now, is the open throat chakra and finding out what that's all about, because it's a first for me. And the other thing I just said, Jesus, I'm hot. What is what called again? I can judge you. I mean, if I knew you, all I would offer is a critique, but I would ask you first, like, do you want my input? Probably you would ask me first, like, well, what do you think? Okay, well, here's what I see. I don't need to think or feel it. All I need to do is observe it and mirror it back for you. And that is how I've arrived at the space where I now consider myself an oracle, not a tarot reader, an oracle. I've surpassed intuition and psychic into oracle. I don't need to do anything but mirror back to you. And what I see is going, if you're ready and open and willing, what I see as an extreme pattern recognitionist And what I say, like it's I'm able to kind of encapsulate the whole thing, like get to the crux. And that's how that works. It's just reflecting back to you by observing. And a lot of it is pattern recognition. And like one of my clients, okay, for example, he was like, and now they've made me into the villain. And I'm like, embrace it. Make that your shtick. Be the fucking villain. And he's like, brilliant. That changes everything. Own it. Own it. Adaptation is evolution. That's correct. Evolution is basically mutations that happen for adaptability. That's what evolution is. It's a mutation from the regular one because something new has come into their environment and it's adapting. So the one that has adapted continues to be able to procreate. The original one that hasn't adapted will die off, no matter how fit they were. Sorry. Well, being the villain, when you're a spiritual seeker, you know you're not the villain. But when people try to make you the villain, own it. Figure out how that can actually serve you and serve them back if you are interested in being a teacher. You don't have to say, I'm a teacher, I'm a guru. It doesn't matter. You teach everybody every day in life. They learn something when they encounter you. They weren't so fit, they died. You missed the point. You didn't follow along, did you? It's okay. Some of these concepts are a little bit hard to grasp for some people. I didn't say random. They're not random. I didn't say random at all. I said, because I've actually studied this, I'm educated, I'm trained scientific method and all that stuff. So I'm just telling you what is known and understood about how evolution happens. We evolve so we can survive. When our environment changes and is making survival difficult, the ones with the new mutation that has adapted to the new environment will survive and thrive, no matter how fit the other ones were previously. Fit Marines die all the time, that's right. Yeah, I didn't say random. See, here's the thing, you guys. I rarely say this, all right? I have a genius IQ. I care about words. I use my words extremely carefully. And when you say that I used a word I didn't use, you're changing the meaning of what I said. And so therefore, you're not understanding what I said. That's on you. Try to hear what I'm actually saying. The words I'm saying matter. I pick them carefully. Yeah, lost. I mean, like, people hate arguing with me too because it's like I know what I said and what I didn't say. You can't make me think I said something I did not say. Now, maybe you heard something. I know you think you heard what I said, but what you think I said wasn't actually what I said. It's just what you heard. I would call that adaptation. DNA is written code, mutated code doesn't get better, like a computer program code. It doesn't get better, it won't run. Okay, so adaptation to the new environment, to new circumstances. Those are the ones that survive, not the fittest. Let's say, Jovo, we all know that, honey. Let's say, actually, you guys, I want to talk about the shape of the earth, right? It's mutable. It's mutable. Okay? And I'm just going to go back to the slit experiment. If you don't know what I'm talking, then you don't know that it's mutable. Is it a wave? Is it a particle? Is it a wave? Is it a particle? What's up, Herb? How are you? It's both, it's all. The Earth is actually a pyramid shape. That's why Enoch could stand on the top of the Earth and see all four corners. Uh-oh. What did she just say? Oh, no. It takes energy to make mass. Correct. Thank you. Okay, let's try this again. Because I like wearing my crystal. Trust at the bottom, the world isn't upside down. Trust at the bottom of the world isn't upside down. Actually, here's someone who actually knows. Earth is not round. We don't know what shape. Then how do you know it's not round? What do you mean by round? Do you mean round like a ball or round like a dinner plate? They're both round. One is more two-dimensional, one is more three-dimensional. Can something be round and be 4 or 5 or 6 or 8-dimensional? Why did you think that, Poison? And I'm not debating the shape of the Earth, okay? I'm simply trying to get you to think for yourselves instead of just think that you came up with the thought that the Earth is round or flat or whatever. Think for yourself and understand you don't know. It's so liberating to finally offload all the conditioning and finally just say, you know what? You're right, Geneviève. I don't fucking know. Thank you. Yes. Does it matter? Okay. First of all, let's talk about the word matter. What is matter? Let that sink in. Why do we say this matters and this doesn't matter? Because thoughts become things. Thoughts turn into matter. So words are the expression of your thoughts. And when you say something, go, well, it doesn't matter. You're basically erasing that thing and saying that it is not to become matter. And then the other thing you're saying that it matters, you're telling that to become your matter, your existence, matter. Energy is matter. Okay, what's personal is what you decide to turn into matter. What you decide matters. You get to decide what matters to you. And out of that comes your life. If you have a life that you don't like, it's because you let that stuff matter. When you should have said, that stuff doesn't matter. I'm going to go over here and do what I want to matter. Why aren't they telling us? Okay, so apparently the truth would set us free, or they wouldn't hide it. They don't want us to be free. Did I miss anything here? Hold on. Justin says round like a soap bubble, the most energy efficient configuration in the universe. Haven't you seen a picture? The double toroidal field is probably the most accurate with an accretion disk in the middle. Perhaps it's a cube. Does it matter though? The sky is backwards in the southern hemisphere. It's creepy. Untamed. Just by listening to what you say, I learned so much. Thank you. Thank you back. I learn from you guys too, just so you know. I am not trying to preach a belief. I am trying to help you think for yourself. I should do a retreat. I need executive function to organize something like that. Anyone is more than welcome to help me do it. Can you read my message? I texted before, please. Nope, it's gone. You matter to me. Thank you, Jeff. Jovo, life is the same for us, ball or plate or pyramid. Oh, but why aren't they telling us? Yeah. It doesn't really matter the shape. It matters why they hide it. It does not matter what shape it is. It matters why they hide it. If it's flat, why would they want us to think it's round? If it's round, why would they want us to think it's flat? If it's none of those, why would they want us to think anything? Divide and conquer, right? So right now you've got globe heads and flat earthers, and they both think each other is stupid. All they have to go on is what's available evidence out there. What I've seen is the flat earthers are far more tolerant of the globe heads because we all used to be globe heads. And we understand that there was a moment where we also had our mind blown and we're like, oh shit, once you see it, you can't unsee it, y'all. Thank you, Pontiac. Okay, so Lost says something we can explain consciousness by saying, well, we understand matter and consciousness must arrive from that, but we don't even know what matter is. Justin, in the universe, there's also antimatter. Well, okay, so in the third dimensional universe, so the astronauts who went to the outer space and showed Earth is fake? Because it's shown as spherical? Oh, honey. How old are you? I'm just curious, because I think we've all seen the information. Don't you know? Poison, do you always believe picture testimony? Totally agree. So astronauts are fake. Y'all, they do send us up into low Earth orbit. Okay, there's low Earth orbit. That's all they can do. The space station, how far away do you think that is? It's in low Earth orbit. It's not in outer space. It's not outside of the Earth's atmosphere. It's in low Earth orbit. Oh my God, where are these astronauts going in spaceship? Picnic? Yeah, exactly. They're on a picnic. You have rockets that go around the Earth to accelerate to get to the moon. We have matter of fact, okay? The stratosphere. I thought it's in stratosphere. It's in low Earth orbit. Alexa, please define low Earth orbit.
Low Earth orbit is usually defined as a satellite orbit around the Earth within the altitude range of 200 to 2,000 kilometers, in which a satellite can communicate with Earth with a small time lag in energy consumption. Abbreviation, LEO.
Leo, I didn't know that. Alexa, at what altitude is the space station?
From Flora.com. The International Space Station, or ISS, is at approximately 220 miles, 350 kilometers, above the Earth.
Okay. All right. So in case you guys missed it, when Obama was president, he was speaking to like the space and naval people in the government. And he said, maybe one day we'll finally get out of low Earth orbit. Go argue with Obama if you don't believe me. It's all fields as far as we can tell electromagnetic. Correct. Correct. Yep. And just like, okay, when you have a balloon and you make friction out of it, now when you have that static electricity and everything, that electromagnetic charge, and it sucks your hair to it, is that balloon sucking your hair because the balloon has created gravity? Don't say she's pretty. Why not? What's wrong with you? He's allowed to say I'm pretty. So are you. Obama still thinks he's president. Yeah, well, he can keep thinking that. Satanists say Black lives are matter. I'm gonna have to ponder that some other time. Do you have kids? None of your business. Space station is. I mean, apparently you just Googled it. So you tell me. Apparently you just Googled it. Thank you, Lost. Justin, not according to Obama. When did we do that? Why wouldn't you be allowed to say that? I don't need people talking about my body parts. Does body count matter? What's body count? It's positive charge attracting negative charge. Interesting. So if we get charged with positive ions and we ground to the earth to discharge the positive ions and get filled back up with negative ions, and then we go back out into the world not grounded and we collect more positive ions, and then we go and stand on the earth or touch a tree or pet our dog that's standing on the earth, and we discharge all the positive ions back into the earth and we refill up with negative ions. What is that? What is that actual exchange? What's going on there? I'm really asking. I'm really asking. I'm not quizzing. I'm not testing. I'm saying to you guys, when you think about that, that we are of nature, we are supposed to be walking around barefoot, grounded to the earth pretty much all the time, sleeping on the earth as natural humans. If we wear shoes, we would have been wearing natural fibers on our feet, not rubber. We wouldn't be sleeping on rubber beds, walking on rubber floors. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in the 60s? No, apparently not, honey. You've been psyoped. Sorry. Body count. How many and what type of people you slept with? How does this affect energy? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's what you're asking. Hello, hello, hello. Strange. Hi. Rubber ain't natural. Not wearing it on. Not to. They don't want us to be of nature. Okay, let me explain something that's so very fundamental. We are of nature. Nature needs us. We need nature. Nature misses us, and we miss nature, whether you realize it or not. Okay? To separate us from nature is the greatest achievement of the whoever wants to harvest our energy and control us. Because when you're connected to nature and you have everything you need, you can't be controlled by them. All right, so hang on. Rubber comes from trees, correct? And when you make it into shoes and beds and carpet padding and all that stuff, you're not grounded. Electricity mystery is a mystery to everybody, but it's definitely a discharge. Yeah. Dogwoman says it is argued that creation is a natural part of life. Rubber is natural. Yes, rubber is natural, but you don't want to use it to disconnect yourself from being grounded. Can you understand and follow me? Is anyone following me? I know you guys are, but there's some people who seem to not be following me. Can we say Pontiac says, you have a body count that just don't quit. Leg size makes a man. Okay, Pontiac, let's get with the conversation, all right? Or you're going to have to go. Not sure why static has a discharge, but it does. I agree rubber is natural. We don't have to agree on that. It's just known. You can disagree all you want, but it's still what it is. It comes out of trees. The foam insoles are not natural. So true. We are all accelerating away from nature quicker and quicker. Right. So take your shoes off and get yourselves around a tree. Go hump a tree. Poison. Can we use animal skin for shoes? That is what they used to use for shoes, is leather. I'll be in your boat. Okay. Be in my mothership. I want to build what is it? A Siddhasana or a Vinyasana. What are the ships called, you guys? Vinyasa? Sanasa and Vinyasa. There were two different ones, and I forget what they were called. The carbon and lithium and calcium and everything else in you was created in a star. You literally are a star. Yes. Okay, so let's talk about body count for a minute, you guys. If you want me to read your comments, stop chatting for a second. Rubber may be natural, but the process they use to make modern rubber is a lot of synthetic additives. Pure rubber straight from the tree is rare. Yeah. Where's your airship now? I'm sitting on it, my darling. Hello, Brian. Welcome. But people get mad sometimes when they see animal skins on shoes. And it's a phase with the sun and moon. Ocean are something we haven't really tapped into. Yeah, they don't know what's in there. The ocean is where all the fucking aliens come from. All right. And in under the earth, I think. In the down there. Okay. Let's talk about body count. All right. Now, you guys, literally, I was just on another live stream, and this is, oh no, it was a member only live stream I was watching, but this is so true, and I'm glad that I watched it today because now it's on the top of my mind. So, well, I mean, it depends on what you think is an alien. There are other species that keep themselves well hidden because why wouldn't they? All right. So if you want me to read your comments, stop commenting for a minute, you guys, just for a minute. All right. I'm about to do a monologue. I'm not going to read your comments. All right. Thank you, Brian. I put oil on it and wrapped it up. Okay. So let's talk about this for real. Now, what my body count is literally none of your fucking business. All right. We call that nanya. Okay. So here's the thing. We've all been conditioned to be big whores. I think that anybody who's past the age of like 50 finally realizes that's a bad idea. At least women. Men, maybe not. But when you're a seeker, you might get pulled off your path and into the sexual, lusty temptations of that. And you do it, and you're just being an animal. Go for it, animal. But if you want to evolve into a more spiritual being, that act of fucking takes on a different meaning. If you're purposeful and you're a seeker and you want to ascend, your energy matters. The tone that you put out from your heart matters. We just talked about the word. It's what you create in your life. Matters. It matters. What you think becomes matter. It matters. What you feel matters. Everything matters. Everything about you matters. You matter. You become matter and more matter. Look around you. Your body is bigger than your physical body. It's bigger than even just your energetic body. Your body is basically everything you've manifested into creation because of your thoughts and speech and actions becoming matter, because it mattered to you. Other things didn't matter to you, and that didn't become your life. Do you get me? Do you feel me? Okay, so what was sarcasm? I could have done without a few bodies, Pamela, I'm saying. So many women are raised, think about this. Women are raised not knowing anything about our divine feminine and how incredibly sacred that is. And not only how sacred it is to us and our families, but to our man, the divine feminine. He cannot really attain full spirituality without having that divine feminine partner in his life. If you want to read more about what this looks like, it's called The Perfect Matrimony by Samael Aun Weor, who was a Gnostic practitioner and teacher. The Perfect Matrimony, and it explains sexual alchemy and how that works, right? And what it's for. You create an engine between the two of you. Okay? Here's the problem. When you're with randos, you're absorbing their junk and it stays in your body for about ever. It like goes into your marrow and stuff. It literally becomes part of you. So if you men and ladies out there are still virgins, keep it that way. Do not be ashamed. My generation was shamed. We were ashamed to be virgins in our teenage years. If you're in high school and you're still a virgin, there's something wrong with you. You're a geek. So it's best for your energetic hygiene to remain a virgin. We do turn over new cells every 7 years. We're a different person than we were 7 years before that. So maybe if you go 7 years, you get to kind of be a virgin again. I don't know. But your spiritual hygiene is informed by all the rest of your hygiene. And there is why people say, well, spiritual people shouldn't curse. Spiritual people shouldn't get mad. Spiritual shouldn't. Well, okay, if I'm perfect, if I'm already a god, but I'm a human. So all of us ladies were misled and shamed because men don't want to have to earn that experience. They just want women to give it freely to them. And we were conditioned to do just that. If you want me to read your comments, just stop commenting for a minute because I'm not reading them right now. Okay, so and people, everybody, please raise your kids to understand you only get to be a virgin once. You only get to have sovereign energy once. Now, if you have a partner and that's your partner, that energetic alchemy is your engine. The two of you together practicing sexual alchemy in a perfect matrimony, you're synergistic and you become, if you're two spiritual seekers, you're now one way bigger spiritual force. Poison, I'm not reading your stuff. You guys in the chat, just block Poison. Do you know how to click on the things and just block that person? Everybody, please just do it. Please just block the person and the people whose stuff you don't want to read. A spiritual team. Correct. Okay. So Samael Aun Weor has a book called The Perfect Matrimony. You can find it anywhere online. And that will explain how you use sexual alchemy with a partner to create your larger spiritual vessel between the two of you. You're welcome. All right, let's go back and see what people are talking about. All right, let's see what's going on. Top chat. Let's go to all chat and see what kind of shenanigans you guys are up to. Hold on. I am so hot. So I asked the kids to open their windows last night and they didn't do it. And so the house never got aired out. Our air conditioning is not ever kept it cool enough. All right, let's see. We're not capable of exploring our planet yet. We're exploring space. Well, here's the thing that really gets me. We want to go colonize Mars or the moon. What have we done here on Earth to justify, to have earned our right to another celestial body, if they so exist, which I'm not convinced of myself? All right. Let's go back and see what's going on. I sometimes think we are not meant to try to ascend as we are all mixtures of star seeds that choose to be here. If so, why ascend? Only you can answer that for yourself. We are not capable to explore our planet. Da, 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 da. Oh, the messages got deleted. Let's see what's going on here. I thought alien is defined as some sort of living form from outer universe. Why was that deleted? So then why would someone who crosses the border into another country from their country, they cross the border illegally, be considered an illegal alien? Okay, I think you're talking about like extraterrestrial. Poison, how even old are you? I'm bald. No hair for me. If we're moving to body count, I'm embarrassed by my triple digits. You're just trying to brag and nobody cares. Can confirm. I mean, truly, that's not something you should go around bragging about. I'm on one, so I kept my energy pretty pure. What does that mean, untamed? Yeah, nobody knows what that means. Buwangu Tan. Hi. Dark forest theory is probably true. Any intelligent life that's smart enough to beat the speed of light is smart enough to hide themselves from hairless apes that can barely make it off the planet. Oh yeah, for sure. And the CERN actually is almost at the speed of light. So what are they doing in there? They're smashing particles at 99.99999% of the speed of light because that's all they can do. What are they doing in there? We want to colonize Mars, but we haven't explored the full depth of the sea. Trust me, we can't explore the sea. We're not exploring outer space. Just let the logic. Yes, I'm in the Pacific time zone. Ben, hi, how are you? We'll poison any planet. Yeah. Probably what they'll do first is they'll make like little bubble colonies in the ocean if they haven't already, and they'll be like, "Look, we're on Mars." No, you're not. My name is Geneviève. It's nice to meet you, Thomas. Hi, thanks for being here. Can we do a one-on-one? You can book one-on-one sessions from either of my websites, psychicbestie.com or genevieveNightingale.com. These aren't sexual for you, okay? Just know that. These are actual sessions. One, if you want an oracle reading or want to learn how to tap into your own oracle, intuition, and psychic stuff, I'll teach you that. And the other one is for biohacking, to try to figure out how to make you more healthy in your energy. All right, Herb says, like wolves, don't spend their experience trying to ascend to a higher level. Well, yeah, but we're more than just animals, Herb. Right? We're spiritual animals. Are wolves spiritual animals? Maybe. And how do you know they don't try to ascend? Maybe they're very ascended. They might be the most ascended. You only believe what you've been taught about wolves. How do you know? How do you know what they are or what they aren't? And I'm not arguing with you. I just want you to recognize, everybody here, recognize we've all been conditioned to think things. What if I told you that the clouds were actually angelic entities? You'd say, that's stupid, it's water vapor. But if you were taught from a very young age, look, those clouds are angels, and everybody agreed with you, then you'd be sitting here if I said they're just water vapor, and you'd be arguing with me saying, no, they're angels. We've all been conditioned to believe shit. Stop believing shit and start looking around and thinking and discovering anew for yourself. They cannot see past the speed of light. Yeah. So Jimmy says, before 20, no, that's someone else. Let's see. Jimmy says, I think the ultimate sexual experience is with an extraterrestrial. Okay, go for it, homie. Tonight you'll probably be abducted, and a harem of extraterrestrial greys is gonna have their way with you. All right. Before Jovo says, thank you, Brian. Jovo says, before 20 years ago, we were not capable to reach the deepest points of the ocean, like the Mariana Trench, 12 kilometers deep. And yet, before 60 years, we went to the moon. Thank you. So fucking stupid. Buzz Aldrin said that it was all fake. Buzz Aldrin told us it was all fake. He said it, those words. I saw you go to the moon. No, you didn't. You just thought you did. You watched it on the TV. You didn't see us go to the moon. You watched it on the TV. Anybody who argues that you did not see them go to the moon, you saw what appeared to be the moon landing on a television. You did not see them with your own eyes go to the moon, and so you don't know if it happened or not. Alien Alien technical definition is just a foreign. Slang terms change the definition based on context. Both slang terms for alien are technically correct. Yep. Like you said, we think we can control and dominate nature. So with that mentality, we will destroy any planet. Yep. I mean, really, we really don't deserve Earth. We deserve Mars. Let them go to Mars. Bye, Elon. Go to Mars. I've never once seen Elon talking about going into nature and hugging a tree. Okay, so Untamed, I only had one woman in my life. My mindset was one love for life, but yeah, did not work out. I chose one partner, and that's it for me. I'm giving it another shot, but doing it right this time around. Well, we can just do the best we can do, honey. John, okay, sent a star. Herb, I don't know. That's their level of consciousness is less or greater. Correct. Isn't that liberating to say you don't know something? Tiger, are you in Pacific? Pacific. I like have said that 100 times. 911 is an inside job. Okay. Wow, what a revelation. You are so pretty. Thank you, life. Do not err in absolute. Correct. Lost in the dream. Yeah, wolves aren't. Hold on. Wolves aren't dumb enough to try to construct a story about reality, so they're probably more evolved than us. Humans think they took smart sometimes and deluded themselves. Humans think they took smart. Oh, humans think they're too smart sometimes and delude themselves. Yeah. Well, and the thing is like, how well can you remember facts that you've been spit to since you were a baby? Well, when you were a baby, there's a very good chance you had like the solar system mobile over your crib, and if you didn't, it was in your kindergarten class. Even before you could question anything and observe and see for yourself, you were told what it is and what it is and what it is and what it is and what it isn't. And they're not necessarily true. Life, thank you. Wolves aren't dumb enough to trap unless humans think they should. Z. Can we talk more about ascendant souls? Do they leave and not come back? Also, what does this have to do with the speed of light? It sounds like this is something you have a theory about, and you're testing me to see if my theory matches your theory because you think your theory is right. And if I believe the same theory as you, then you think I know what I'm talking about. But if I contradict you, then I don't. That's my read on that. Am I right? Okay. Bhutan belief doesn't equal truth, neither does observation. The scientific method is the most reliable way to determine what is truth. Yeah, belief doesn't equal truth. Well, yeah, belief is not used in a scientific method. It's evidence that supports a hypothesis. The word proof and official science are also never used in actual science. They don't call him Buzz for nothing. Let's see. So you mean Star Trek not real? They're not going to be a bunch of hot chicks from space? Maybe there will. I don't know. Maybe that's some kind of show from the future. How much are your one? Go to my website. They're expensive as fuck. Haven't seen that dress yet. This is my scarf. What you say materialism is the worst indoctrination. Would you say that materialism is the worst indoctrination? Absolutely. If it weren't for materialism and overconsumption and us trying to look like we're successful and all that shit, the world wouldn't be like it is now. We're slaves to consumerism. We're slaves to materialism. Dude, go to my websites. It's all described right there. You guys, If you want a one-on-one with me, it's all described on my websites, GenevieveNightingale.com or PsychicBestie.com. Okay, go there. Maybe someday I'll do a live stream on exactly what I offer and how it works and all that stuff. Not right now. We're discussing the nature of reality and human consciousness at this point. Curious about source. You brought up ascension. In my view, we mean some kind of escape. So you think that if you were to be on a spiritual path as a seeker, it's just an escape? Fuck yeah, it's an escape. Who wants to be here? I don't. Trying to build my own army? I am my own army. Let's see. It might be bad if life's a virgin. Depends how hot she is. I don't know, Justin. They say life's a bitch. So she's probably a woman about to have a period. Okay, so let me go back to the question that I was asked that did not seem like a really authentic question, but that's okay. I don't really entertain people who come on here and try to quiz me because I'm not saying I'm right about everything. So, well, do you know? No, dude. So, if you're trying to quiz me to see if I'm right or wrong, I'm not interested, but I'm absolutely interested in talking about this stuff. So materialism, where did it go? Let me just go back and find it. I can't find it anymore. But if beliefs don't equal truth, yeah, we know. Okay, I read that. Can we talk more about ascendant souls? Souls don't ascend. Do they leave and not come back? Also, what does this have to do with the speed of light? Souls don't ascend. The soul animates your avatar. Your spirit ascends back into the rest of spirit unless you're caught in the cycle of reincarnation called samsara, the wheel of life, suffering. Basically, this existence and life is all about, well, I mean, there's a lot, the human condition includes suffering, right? Samsara is inherently full of suffering. Nirvana is not. Can you live in nirvana while here? I mean, that's the goal for everybody that knows anything about nirvana and samsara and is on their path as a seeker. We do want that. And what it requires is releasing attachment, releasing the hold. You release your friction that you release into the world. You release the friction of energy. Just let it go and stop having so many friction thoughts, friction comments, friction behaviors. Now, have I reached that level? No. No. And neither have you, and neither have I, and neither have you, and neither have I. Maybe we'll get there together someday. My hope is that if there's a big solar flare and we all graduate to the next level, that we can sit here and talk about it together. Okay. So souls don't ascend. Okay. Let's just take, for example, you know, that book called the Torah. All right. In Genesis 2, God creates Adam, creates his whole body, right? But what does he do? What does he do? He's got this physical avatar vehicle created. Okay? That's why it's called Adam. You know, like an atom. All right. Words matter, don't they? So, do we have any Christians in the room or any Jews in the room? What did God do after he created Adam's full body? Oh my God, Justin, you're stupid. How do I know souls don't ascend? Because the soul is part of the body and the body doesn't ascend. Body, mind, soul. Body, mind, soul. That's the body. That's your avatar. Spirits ascend. Your spirit is your spirit is your spirit. That's the energy that can't be destroyed. He took a rib? No, Brian. What did he do after he created Adam, who was just a body at that time? I know what you're saying. You're asking what that was before he created Eve. Okay, and this is not how it happened. I'm just using it as an example. Genetic Adam is our greatest super ancestor. Okay, donations for delivery. All right. He blew air. And what is the term when you blow air? When God blows air into Adam, what was it actually called? Made Eve with the rib, but that's not when he made Adam. He didn't even Adam wasn't even alive. He just had a body sitting there of clay or whatever. Buangguatan, thank you, my darling. Come back anytime, love. It's so nice to have you here. There's no such thing as your soul. What you're talking about is superstition. Okay, that's whatever you want to think is fine. I'm not here to argue with you, though, so you're welcome to have your own thoughts and opinions, and they might differ from mine. She always does. Your mitochondria creates energy, giving life, the Holy Spirit. I don't know, I'm dumb. Blue air in the form of the Holy Spirit. She's not saying that she's religious. She's just speaking scenario. Spirit. Enlighten me, Genevieve. We need your light. We evolved from Luca, last universal common era. God did not blow air into some dirt. Why didn't he create these miracles during the age of video cameras? I love it when people are like, you are wrong. I know the nature of reality. If God made me Adam, then why did he make us have sex? Were we used in the bath? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So the actual term, and I'm not saying this happened, I'm just sharing so that we can be on the same page when I refer to something like this. The term that it was translated into English as he like blew into him, or he gave breath into, whatever, breathed life into Adam. Okay. The actual what he did was he blew the divine breath into Adam. He inspired. You can expire, which is breathing air, and you can inspire, which is breathing in, and expire, which is breathing out, right? You can live or you can die. When you die, sometimes they say you've expired. What he did with Adam was he inspired Adam. And Adam then became a spiritual creature, a spiritual animal. Don, just curious, you're a Libra, aren't you? A debate is not an argument. He inspired Adam. And divinity is the only one that can do that. It's the only one that can breathe in the spiritual breath of life to you. Divinity, whatever you want to call it, God, whatever. You're divine human. That's the business. Just so we're on the same page when it comes to like talking about certain teachings and stuff like that. It's been translated into English, which makes us not understand anything, really. Life said, so God created only two people, right? At first? No, read Genesis 1. He populated the whole earth. And I'm not a Bible thumper, y'all. It's just that I've been highly educated in the Torah. God damn. Why did God make you have sex where we use the bathroom? You didn't like that. I have no idea what you're saying. Why did God make us have sex where we use the bathroom? You didn't like that. Where we use the bathroom. I don't have sex in the bathroom, you weird man. Okay. Sex is part of our evolution and enables two sets of DNA to mix, allowing for all the diversity we see today. First, sex was between two single-celled organisms. If God inspired him, why did Eve still trip him up? Because it's all a made-up story that didn't really happen. You need to understand the story behind the story, the symbolism. It came from the land of the dead, broke through time and space. Donald, I'm not reading any more of your comments unless you start to use periods and commas. It's too difficult. Because Satan tricked her into eating the fruit from the tree. What was Satan? What was the fruit? What was the tree? What did she really do? All that. Was it really a Garden of Eden? Was there really two people? Was it really a God, or is it metaphor for a much larger teaching? What do you think about atheist people? Do you think they're lost or something like that? I think they're on their own spiritual journey and they have every right. I don't judge them. Who am I to judge? I'm trying not to judge myself. Yes, he inspired Adam. Take a big breath before reading. It just is, it's gibberish. It's gibberish without punctuation and capitalization. I'm not doing it anymore. Can you help us with the symbolism, story behind the story? Not really, because I don't know it that well. But what I just told you is stuff that I wanted to share so we can be on the same page when speaking about that, when speaking about like inspire and like and all that stuff. I love when I learn about the symbolism, the esoteric views on these things, but I haven't memorized them at all because I'm just kind of more interested in experiencing just experiencing here and sitting in observation. I'm trying to get a little bit more away from trying to memorize new information to regurgitate to you guys because it's just something that someone else wrote. You know, I do like to share great ideas. I try to share great content and other creators with you. I'm not at all saying that I know. And I've said this to you guys before. If you ever stumble upon a creator and they think they know, absolutely, they know the nature of reality and you don't. Yeah. You've never seen a talking serpent? Where did God come from? If there's a creator, where did he come from and who created him? No fucking clue. I'm trying to figure that out. Agnostic here. Do you think evolution is gibberish? I don't know. What do you think of Manly P. Hall? Hold on. I've heard this name. Let me just look and see who this is. Manly P. Hall. I don't think of Stanley P. Hall, and I can tell you that I am not familiar with his work that I'm aware of. What do you think of? Oh, Manly P. Hall is legit. Thank you, Lost. Stephen Hawking. You think Stephen Hawking was saying that shit. You don't know. We can watch the stars reverse back. You don't know what Stephen Hawking said. They could have been totally controlling him. If Stephen Hawking were real, he would have talked about the multiverse and other dimensions and that we're looking in planets for third dimensional beings when we're full of multidimensional beings right here. That's why I don't really. Stephen Hawking didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, and he was just a guy that couldn't talk in a wheelchair who was probably being controlled, and I don't even think about Stephen Hawking at all. The human words of the Bible is not clear, especially once it's translated into English. It's even worse. No intelligent creator would do that. Would do what? Yeah, you understand the limited information of the left brain's view of the world. The left brain is certain of everything. And it's interesting. I'm actually left-handed, and I use more of my right brain. 100%. Let's see. Let me go back a little bit. Who was the wisest woman in the Bible with money? No fucking clue, and I don't care. If it was an intelligent creator, they would never make us have. No, not reading it. Sorry, guy. You're gonna have to have a timeout until you start using punctuation. I'm not afraid to have a conversation with you, but it is so just. I'm not doing it. So I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. And if you last that long and come back with punctuation, I'll be very happy to have an inner dialogue with you. But if you read everybody else in the chat, they're trying not to write paragraphs. They're writing sentences. If you write a paragraph, maybe I'll read it. Just use punctuation. Yeah, I understand the limited information of Pharaoh's daughter because she went to the bank of the Nile and withdrew a little profit. Whatever, dude. That's hilarious. I get what you're trying to do. And that's a cute joke, I'm sure, in some situations. Whatever. Dog woman. God always was, if the Bible is correct, not human time perspective. Always was how. He was on the island. Best guess for Satan apple. Nope. I don't know. Satan is Saturn, okay? Just so you're aware, Satan is Saturn. Hawkins was a joke. Herb, sorry. Sense of humor is giving the T-Rex the biggest title of king of the food chain. I gave him tiny heads. Where's his fucking wings? Why don't they, y'all, dinosaurs, no. Dragons, yes. The Chinese zodiac. 11 real animals and 1 fake one? Really? Why didn't the Chinese zodiac have 11 animals and dinosaurs? We're the 12. I'm more than gracious enough with people. Thank you, Lost. Like, sometimes I'm like, am I being a bitch? Maybe. Temptation of thought. You want to see an apple? There's your apple with a bite out of it. This is the forbidden fruit. Okay? He said, do not eat from the tree in the center of garden. The tree, what was the name of the tree? Without Googling it, cheaters. What's the name of the tree that they were not allowed to eat from in the middle of the garden? And what's the garden? What's the tree? Andrew, I'm saying the Chinese zodiac has 12 characters. 11 of them are actual real animals, and one of them is a dragon, a mythical creature. Methinks dinosaurs are dragons. Thank you. That's the only thing that makes sense. Two-dimensional being cannot look up. Correct. You can't perceive above your own level of perception. And I'm aware there are higher levels of perception than I can be aware of in my physical body. And that's why I take time to go into the multiverse and take a look around. Where is Zach? Where's Zach? Zach, where's Zach? I don't know. I must have deleted Zach or blocked Zach. Where's Zach? Zach, where are you? Is it the Zach that found the thing? Okay, whatever. Dinosaurs are dragons, man. Cave paintings of dragons, no dinosaurs. Oh, you mean dinosaurs are dragons, comma, man. I get it. Don't know which tree that is. Yes, dragons are dinosaurs. Okay. The tree in the middle of the garden, he called the tree of knowledge of good and evil, as it translates into English, which is probably a bad translation. Let's see how it really translates. The true literal translation of the Hebrew phrase Etz HaDatovara, okay, found in Genesis 2:17 is the tree of knowledge of knowing good and bad, or knowing good and evil. Linguistically, it identifies the fruit not as magical, but as the source of experiential awareness of morality. The original phrasing often explored da-da-da-da-da, the tree, the literal noun for a word, tree, knowledge. Da-da. Okay, so let me go back to where I was. What in that book? Someone taught me some fascinating facts the other day. Who taught me the facts about every so often there's a natural pause in conversation of humans so we can listen for predators, and we wake up every 4 hours to check for predators? So fascinating. I love stuff like that. Hold on one second. Okay, so let's use social media as an example. Okay. Now, what does it mean to eat something? You know how they say you are what you eat? It means to consume. Well, when you're online on social media, are you not consuming more and more and more and more knowledge of good and evil? The fruit of knowledge, the fruit of good and evil is all over social media. My channel is one of the fruits. Essentially, if you consume it, you're taking it into your nervous system, the knowledge of good and evil. And what it's saying is do not consume it where you're taking it into your nervous system. You can observe it from afar. You're in the Garden of Eden and there's a huge tree right in the middle. You can observe it. You can enjoy its shade even, but don't eat the fruit. Knowing something and being consumed by it is a whole other thing. You can have an apple. The apple would be all the knowledge of good and evil. Just don't eat it. Don't let it become who you are, because you are what you eat. Am I making my point? All right. Yeah, Herb, please. By all means, you guys, please, for the love of God, either type something very short or use punctuation. So, the God of the Bible is an entity of servitude and damnation. Correct. They say it's the demiurge, right? Whatever that is. Gnosis says it's the demiurge. It's Sophia's bad spawn that she couldn't keep tucked away because probably she ate of the. That's probably who it was. Is Sophia was like, well, I want to do an experiment here. I can't sleep well at night. Can you please give some tips on how to fall asleep? Yeah, the CIA says that there's codes for stuff. And the CIA says the code they discovered for falling asleep quickly, and this could also be bullshit, maybe the CIA never said this, although I read it in the documents, is that if you breathe 5 nice deep breaths and count backwards from 20 to 1, you'll be asleep before you reach 1. Try that. Do the ideas, or I'm not wearing my reading glasses and I'm dyslexic, so just, deal with it. I do like the idea. It's the emergence of meta consciousness. We became aware and got free will to do good or bad. We have free will to surrender our free will as well. You can use your free will to willingly and freely surrender your free will to the will of spirit for you. That's what I suggest. Dragons are mythical creatures loosely based on lizards and other real animals, because Andrew knows the truth of everything. How do you know that for sure, Andrew? How do you know you haven't been lied to? Ironic, we don't know what kind of fruit it was, but everybody's walking around with Adam's apple. Yeah, right. Maybe she took a bite of him. And then she tried to hide him from God, and he's like, what happened? Where are you? No, because then she would have had Cain and Abel. All that is just, you got to look for the symbolism. There's esoteric knowledge out there in like the Book of Wisdom and all that stuff. If you want to look into the deep spirituality of, I mean, the deep symbology behind these things, even if you want to keep believing in that God, that's fine. I don't care. But if you're interested in the esoteric symbols behind those things, go for it. Like the black box represents Saturn. Brian, I can still see you. Let's see, Dogwoman, I was taught in Bible school that anyone or anything that makes you doubt is Satan doing his work. Yeah, that's funny. Anything or anyone that does not want you to think for yourself. Thanks a lot, Eve. Not the CIA's. I need your advice on it. Okay, you got to have a practice of meditation at bedtime. Life, turn off your devices a couple of hours before bedtime. Go breathe fresh air, hug a tree, sit on land, on earth, be with nature. You are of nature, be of nature. Go sit with nature, and you'll have a much easier time sleeping. And also, just go wear yourself out. Go for a run, do some yoga, work up a sweat, get your heart rate up. You'll have a much easier time sleeping. Don't drink alcohol. Do I like caravans like the Dodge Caravan? I really like that idea. It says, Law, surrender your free will to spirit, the one becoming many. Yes, willingly and freely. Surrender your free will to the will of God or spirit or your spirit, the will of your spirit for you. You came down here to be a spiritual being with an animal body. Your animal body, mind, soul is supposed to follow the will of your spirit. And what does your spirit want? If you were following the will of your spirit, how would your life be different right now? If I was truly following the will of my spirit to the T or to the teeth, which one is it? I would be in nature right now, streaming to you guys instead. When you see me out in nature, have you not seen me completely transform? Do you remember last year I was like, I'm mentally ill. Now what? No, because I hid that video because it's so fucking embarrassing. But that night I left and I went out in nature and you saw me go from to oh. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. That's going to be my next channel. They not like us. Nice guy, thank you. It's not free, Justin says. It's not free will to run around and do whatever you want. It's free will if you're going to serve God or not. It's free will to run around and do whatever you want. Absolutely. You have the free will to do that. It's free will if you're going to serve God or not. I've seen the next realm. Darren, tell me about it. What have you seen, my darling? Tell us. We want to know. Life, thank you. You're my Sheila. What's Sheila? I was in such a position, I simply asked my higher self, my higher conscious, to take control. Right there. Right there. That's so simple. Now, once it does do that, you'll still be you. You'll still be your mind, body, soul. And there might be a little struggle of really, truly relinquishing the free will, because when you're following the free will of your spirit, you're not thinking and planning. You're allowing intuition to just guide you. To allow your intuition to just literally guide you like a pull, you've got to have some way to hear it, which means there's got to be a lot of this stuff that gets shut off. The friction that your mind and thoughts create They don't want you to shut it off. They want you to keep thinking. Keep thinking. Don't be quiet. Oh, that's right. That's what you said. She's your most. That's right. I forgot about that. Are you a Roman goddess? Not that I'm aware of, Steve. If I follow my spirit, I can get in all kinds of trouble. I think it's better to follow gods. Okay, so if you believe in God, then I'm presuming you also believe that we are all God. We're part of God. The divinity within us only comes from God. So surrendering your free will to your spirit's will for you, you have an individualized spirit that wants to use your body, mind, soul to serve spirit. If you follow your soul's desires, you can get in trouble because your soul is just part of your stupid body. Let's see. Ugh. All I need, yes, stop blocking it. All I need to know to be complete is, did Eve have a belly button? Right. Drink some water, stay hydrated. Very important for conducting energy, y'all. It's very hard to ascend when you're just creating friction, rubbing together. Flow with the universe. Keep your body hydrated. I tell my apprentice to not think every day. Okay, but do you tell your apprentice what to do? Telling them what not to do isn't really guidance because they still don't know what to do. You got to guide them into what to do. You tell someone not to think of a pink elephant. Well, hello, India. Mashpu Namaste. Om Namah Shivaya. Ram Ram Sitaram. Sita Sitaram Ram. Ram Sitaram Ram. What if I wanted to run into a bank and get $1 million? Do I have free will to do that? Obviously, because there's bank robbers. Am I being quizzed here? I'm not sure. What? Just make your point. I need to get this off my legs. Really? Whatever you seek, you will find, in my opinion, says Pamela. Whatever you think matters, you will find. If you're seeking something that subconsciously you don't think really matters or that you're ashamed of seeking, you will not seek. You won't find that, I don't think. If you block it, right? Hell, I was not even breathing, says Dogwoman. Brian is laughing hysterically. Negative, there's only one God. How would you even know that? Even the God you say is one God said, you will put no gods before me. Well, that means there's other gods. Also, in the Bible, if you're such a Christian, it said God made man in their images. That's multiple gods or multiple identities as one God. Maybe God is a collection, a collective. Read your fucking Bible before preaching to me about the Bible. Thank you. So you know there's only one God just because you know there's only one God? Is that your explanation? You've been told that. You did not ever read the Bible. The Bhagavad Gita? Yes. Have you read the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali? Darren, do you know what ignorant means? What does ignorant mean, Darren? Let's have a discussion on words and meanings of words. Thank you, Daniel. Ram, 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 sita, ram. Unless you're Greek. Bible says there were other worlds. Yep. Sacred cows make the best burgers, says Justin. Thanks for your valuable input. No, ignorance is not the lack of knowledge. Caesar took over Catholicism. This is why we have the Roman Catholic Church. What about Constantine? What was his role in all of that? Bungle Dance is back. I am like God and God like me. I am as large as God. He is as small as I. He cannot above me, nor I beneath him. That's an interesting one. Salacious, 17th century. We're not going to define the word ignorant. I really wanted someone to define the word for me, not dog woman, but the person who said, Darren, said ignorant. Darren, you don't have to live in ignorance, okay? Ignorance, you guys, look at the root of the word. No, that's not what it is. People who know nothing about anything. Nope. Is that what you when you Googled it, that's what it said? Am I psychic? I'm beyond psychic. Maybe you can educate us on Indian gods and Greek gods in some other stream. Probably not. I'm not a master of Indian and Greek gods. I was going to try, but I'm guessing it's deliberately avoiding something. Okay, you're close. Ignorant is not knowing. Darren, you are ignorant of the definition of the word ignorant. You do not know the definition of the word ignorant, honey. I'm not calling you ignorant. I'm saying you're ignorant of the definition of the word ignorant. Herb, it's the contradictions that get to me. If God can do anything, cannot sin. That's a contradiction because I can sin, so I can do more than God. God created Satan and Lucifer. If God created everything, God created Satan and Lucifer and gave them the ability. Look, read Job. And we could talk about, was that Satan or Lucifer? They're different. One is Saturn and one is the angel, the light bearer angel. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Stop commenting. Justin says, I have read the Bible. God is not bound by your image of what God is. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit are still one God, three entities. The God of the Bible said, we created man in our images. So it's multiple or something. You are ignorant. Do you want to know the definition, Darren? Instead of calling people names, why don't you just make yourself smarter? So that when you do call people names, you don't out yourself as an ignoramus. Oh my God, ignore, ignorant, and ignoramus all sound very similar. What does that mean? Probably nothing. Okay, I've been trying. Kill says, I've been trying to learn about the frequencies and how all life is connected to deeper. You dive, the deeper you realize you don't understand anything about it. Absolutely. There is no contradiction in the Bible when it's reading context. When it's read in context. Listen, you don't know anything. I'm accepting that fact, okay? I'm fine, totally comfortable if I know nothing. But I'm not ignorant. You don't know what ignorant means. You can say I know nothing and you might be right. But when you call me ignorant, you're wrong because I'm not ignorant. Even if I know nothing, I'm still not ignorant. Why? Can anybody say why? Lucifer, the king of the hill, the bringer of light. Yes, he's the light bearer. Also, that's the meaning of the name Obama. The only thing God lacks is limitation. No, God is in us and we are limited. So there's your limitation for you. It's not Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Oh my God. Lucifer's king. Theologians are what you are. That's why I try to create. Pamela's cracking up because it's so ridiculous. Oh yeah, you just admitted it. Honey, I'm sorry, Darren. You are uneducated. You don't hold a lot of logic. You are ignorant because you still refuse to look up the definition of the word ignorant. Ignorant means you willfully ignore facts. You're happier living in ignorance. You don't want to know the truth because you have cognitive dissonance. It makes you feel bad because the truth contradicts your beliefs. Because you don't want evidence. You don't want facts. You just want to believe. Go ahead, honey. That's fine. When you ignore facts, when you ignore reality, you're ignorant. See how that works? That makes you ignorant. I don't ignore. I seek. I'm a seeker. Inherently makes me not ignorant. Bye. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. You can Venmo me for that. Hill says nothing can be created or destroyed. It's energy. Oh, okay, physics. He's talking about physics. Basic physics. Okay, thank you. Correct. Nice guy, powers power. He said, let us make man in our image. You're wrong. You have not studied Torah. They made man in their images. God said, let us make man in our images. Okay, I see what you're saying. When we don't make something in our image because there's multiples. It would have to be images. I'm just being grammatically correct. But you get what the point is. There's multiples. Either God is a collective or there's just multiple gods. All right. That's why the usage of the word has a sarcastic undertone. Someone who ignores a lot and rants about is called ignorant. Okay, so rants about ignores what? Are you saying that someone who rants about some shit but ignores what it is they are talking about? What are you saying? Try again. Ignores a lot. That's not even a definition. You have great patience with these folks. I mean, sometimes. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Someone needs to read the Bible. Have you studied the Torah? Okay, so you can be a seeker and you seek knowledge. All right? If there's something that contradicts what you think you believe, and so you're not willing to look at it to see if maybe there's validity there, you're ignorant. You're ignoring it. What did the Bible say about being an ignorant idiot? My granddad handled snakes, my mom drank strychnine. You can I got a leg up on genetics. All right. So I'm at the bottom of the chat now. Everybody, listen. I thank you guys for being here. I want you to understand that what we've just done here is super, super valuable to the entire vibration of everything and everyone that you and I can perceive right now. What we've done right here is talked, most of us, like adults. Okay? Most of us here have had a really juicy conversation together, like adults, like seekers, people with open minds. I've said multiple times, I don't have the answers. I don't know anything indefinitely, and neither do you, and neither does anyone. So we're sharing ideas. All right? We're sharing ideas and concepts. If you can do it respectfully, it's just so awesome. And you guys did it. Thank you so much. Quran, you don't know that. How do you know that? Justin, you think you like know a bunch of shit. Do you ever say, I don't know? Justin, say right now, you know what? In reality, say this, Justin, I don't really know. That is the first step to humility. I don't really know anything. Now, you can read the Bible and know what it says, but to say you know that's true and a different book that you probably haven't read is not true. I'm not defending the Quran. I'm not defending the Torah. I'm saying it's better for the world and for you, really. It's just better for you. Nobody else cares. If you just say that you really just don't know. But I guess, and I predict, you are not at the level of saying that you don't know things and that you're really just regurgitating what you think you know because it's what you've been indoctrinated with. And that's fine. That's most of the world. No worries. You can still hang out here as long as you're kind. I've also studied religion that doesn't exist anymore. It's ancient Wiccan version of a modern religion called Baha'i. Baha'i. What are your thoughts on the Übermacht by Nazis? I don't think about it at all. I trust my gut, but I don't always follow it. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Your arrogance is the beginning of the end. Who are you talking to, Ruby? Are you perceiving me and my tone as being arrogance? That is you projecting onto me. You might perceive me as being arrogant because you don't like my voice or my speech or what I'm saying. And that's fine if you want to sit in judgment of others. But what probably you might want to do to help yourself level up a little bit is to understand that when you see that someone's arrogant, if you believe they're arrogant, probably it's because you're projecting your arrogance onto them. Because it's very arrogant of you to think you know if someone's being arrogant or not. See how hypocritical that is? I'm calling you arrogant. That makes me arrogant, but I wasn't being arrogant before. I was just being me. So you don't like me? That's fine. Why are you guys deleting comments like that? Stop it. Who is the mod here? Who is the mod? Who did that? Don't do that. Stop it. Thank you, Lost. The only thing I'm certain of is that I can't be certain of anything. And even that I'm not so sure of. Exactly. How liberating. How liberating are you? Thank you for saying that. That's exactly right. Sorry, I am flawed. It's okay, dog woman. I love you. You ever talk to him, Justin? Jen isn't arrogant. She's confident because she knows what she's talking about. I mean, but see, that's the thing, Val. Hi, Val. Is that I don't pretend to know the truth of everything. I don't pretend to know the nature of reality. I'm just having a conversation. Some people don't like the sound of my voice. Some people don't like the look on my face. Some people don't like my beautiful hands that I speak with. And they're like, wow, she's arrogant. No problem. Now, question yourself on why that matters to you. Let's say I am very arrogant. Why does that matter to you? Why does that bother you? Sit with that. Meditate on that. It's because you hate your own arrogance. And that's good. Hate your own arrogance. I hate my own arrogance. Hate your own arrogance and fix it. But just because I'm passionate and interested in the conversation, If I was arrogant, I would delete every stupid comment that someone said. And there are some stupid ones because they're trying to be offensive. They're trying to be combative. I would delete you if I was arrogant. But I'm not threatened by that statement at all. But somehow you're threatened by me. No problem. It's a great place to start to acknowledge that. Let's see. The only time I no for the last time. I'm sorry I'm flawed. You ever talk to him, Justin? Let me see where we're at. What irritates us in other people can often lead us to the greater understanding of ourselves. It's just basic psychology. If you've ever taken any college course, you took Psychology 101 where you learned about Carl Jung. Oh, Carl Jung, I mean, for those of you who didn't actually study him. We never know what someone else knows. Let's just share. Yeah. Death of the ego. Hey, Erica. How you doing? Prove God's not dead? Why? You prove God's not dead. You're not directing this porno. People handle fear in different ways. Yes. You go start your own live stream and prove God's not dead. Maybe God's dead. How in the fuck would I know? What I learned Psychology 101 was that we're all neurotic. I mean, that's fair enough. As long as you're included in that. Fair enough, yeah. I think as a species, we need to be a little neurotic to survive. Eric, doing great. Yep. I'm throwing myself on the altar, the burning altar for burnt offerings, allowing my ego to just burn for your benefit. You're welcome. I'm fine with it, you guys. When you see me freaking out on the chat, it's because my ego has been activated, right? When I'm just rolling with it, it's because I'm not sitting in ego and I'm not sitting in judgment of myself or you. That's the difference on the live streams. You know, when I have a difficult time and start yelling at the chat and stuff like that, it's because my ego has been activated. And that's what these people want. They want to activate your ego because their ego is so activated. They just want you to be, you know, misery loves company, that whole deal. When someone tries to activate your ego, if you're able and you're mindful enough to see it coming, it's an attack, to see it coming and just be like Tai Chi, like, well, that is dog woman. I think that like we've really hit the crux of my personality. I don't live in fear. I'm not afraid. We need more virgins in volcanoes. Maybe volcanoes are virgins. Why don't you go stick your dick in one and find out? Bunkle dance. Oh, please, by all means, the big glory hole of the volcano. The actions we do echoes in eternity. Maybe volcanoes are the Earth's big gaping pussy holes. The Earth's big gaping glory holes. Strong arms. I can't really get all of me in that way. A volcanic glory hole. Maybe God comes down with this big fat lingam and the volcanoes are just big yonis. I mean, that is probably the closest we've got to actually explaining the nature of our reality this whole time. That was code for judgment. Yeah, maybe. Listen, y'all, I'm going to tell you what your spirit's purpose is because I know that you're wondering what it is. You're like, what am I here to do? What's my spirit's purpose? Do you want to know? 215 people here. Do you want to know what the nature of, wait, what was I going to say? Do you want to know your spirit's purpose and why you're here? Smash the like button. Let's get it to 200. And I'll tell you what your individual, I'm not just going to tell you a blanket, Like, well, we're here to learn. Like I said earlier, like we're here just to experience all the emotions. Well, that's like everybody. But what are you here to do? Smash the like button, and I will really completely reveal, free of charge, even your individual soul's purpose. I wish no one had to see out of body after we leave it. So, Pamela, what does that mean? I wish no one had to see our bodies after we leave it. You mean like when you're laying there dead? Well, honey, then you need to go sacrifice your virgin body to the volcano. So God can come down with his big lingam and hump your big, huge volcanic yoni. Mufflers for the earth. I mean, that makes very good sense, nice guy. If you look around at the world as an engine, yeah. So those would be the exhaust. You sold your soul back in 1978. Yeah, I think you could buy it back. Yeah, jump into a volcano, honey. I think maybe Yosemite's about to erupt. Maybe just go over there. If you think the end is anywhere near, okay? Otherwise, stay very far away. Don't worry, no one will see you after you die because you will be buried. Oh my goodness. You're so excited, I know. I'm actually hungry. Let me grab a little piece of fruit so that I don't die. Oh my God, you guys. I don't know if you can see that. Buddy fell asleep with his tongue hanging out. Are you okay? Why is your tongue hanging out? Why was your tongue hanging out while you were sleeping? I thought you were dead for a second. My big boy. All right. I'm taking you guys with me. My whole energy shifted, and I can't eat the same things I was eating not even a week ago. Literally, I can't even eat the stuff I was eating a week ago. It's like I've come back online to who I used to be. Isn't that interesting? Like there was something going on that was preventing me from being who I knew I really was, and then something happened. Like, how long ago was it now that I told you guys? I'm like, I'm not really sure, but my spirit just came back online. Hold on. And guess what, you spiritual weirdos? It's okay. You guys, if you want to know the meaning, the purpose of your spirit here, what you're supposed to be doing, smash the like button. I'll tell you at 200. Hey, Rafe, how you doing? Okay, you guys all did, but not everybody else did. Smash the like button. I will tell you your spirit's purpose for being here, your purpose eye. Tiger, I told you I'd try to around 10, okay? Let's not beat dead horses. That's not very humane. Whee! Hold on, something's going on here. I need to mute something. No, I don't. I was listening to this. Oh, you can't read it because it's mirrored. I was listening to 783 hertz. And it's like, your video cannot be monetized because copyright. Where'd the live stream go? Here we go. All right, let's see. What time is it? It's almost 4:20 for you smokers. I'm just checking because she said she would. Double tap the screen if you breathe oxygen. I'm the volcano food. Yeah. I saw a bird today that didn't want to fly away but ran away. And what's your point? Is this show and tell? I'm not sure. What am I supposed to get out of that? I'm not sure. Cool. I'm not sure what that even means. Okay. It ran away, didn't fly away. Alrighty. Was it an ostrich or something? Thank you, Eric or Erica. I don't know if you're Eric or Erica. 10 will be 1 East Coast time. 10 Pacific Coast time. Not a smoker. What are your thoughts on weed and drugs in general? I don't care. Smoke it. Do it. I don't care. This is a nectarine. The peaches I bought have absolutely no flavor. It's Eric. Okay. Is it Eric a pinwee? Eric has a pinwee. Got to come to the South. Why? In Washington State? Oh my God, I love cherries the most. That's my favorite fruit. It's so hot where I'm at. I'm so hot right now. Yeah, I wish I could get some good fruit here. It's so unreliable. It's not like back in the 70s when fruit tasted like fruit from heaven, from the Garden of Eden. I didn't call you a smoker for asking that. I said it's almost 4:20 for the smokers. Did that offend you? If I had called you a smoker, I didn't. I said for the smokers. You like my thank you. That's kind of funny, nice guy. So I'll post it. Yeah, this is my favorite blankie. It looks like a chalkboard, doesn't it? You think I'm going to turn around and write on chalk? B Blands, go ask your mama if she does adult content. Your mom and I have an OnlyFans together. It's called B Bland's Mom is a Hoe. Oh, why'd you retract your cool statement? Your cool question. Don't be ashamed of being a whatever you are, an incel. Don't be ashamed of being an incel. This my channel is in my chat, and people are here literally to help you. That's part of our mission. And that's not a joke, you guys. Part of my mission here is to help American men who have been psyoped into the state of the American man today. Probably people who are like 35 or 40 and up didn't kind of catch that psyop that's going on now. If you're like a 45-year-old incel, I'm sorry. OnlyFans live from Volcano. Is that a tapestry or blanket? It's a blankie. Because I like to wallpaper my walls with blankets. Get all incels laid. That should be the name of my new channel, Shroom. We've got to transform them into becoming layable. They're not layable just yet. Can I see the fabric? I don't understand. What are you asking me to do? You thought it was a stone. Interesting. Well, then I'm sitting on one that's just like this, but dark navy blue. I might put that up on a different wall. Faux fur. Yeah, pretty much. I love them. I love these soft blankets. It's all I have. That, and well, it's not all I have. This is my very favorite one. It's the doggy wedding. So if I ever get married, I'm going to have dogs dressed up like this at my wedding. JJM, hi, honey. Thank you so much for being here. Law says it's true, though, that we need not to demonize incels and feed the division. I mean, it's not their fault, most of them. Some of them, it's their fucking fault, but most of them, they've been psyoped into it. And on another live stream, we should explore how that happened so that the incels themselves understand it's not their fault. But now that you're where you are, we need to extract you from the matrix and rebuild your muscles and reprogram your brains. Wrath? Why do you ask? Because I'm fiery? Eric, what makes you think I'm a Virgo? Do I seem anal retentive? Oh, you mean I can see it? Oh, I read. Hey, everybody in the chat, I'm dyslexic. So if I read something wrong, sorry. Plus, I'm reading words that are moving on a screen. I'll go to read something and it'll go, and I'm like, where did it go? Yeah. Some are, Lost says, some are objectively shitty people, but it's more identity politics. And it's a symptom of a wider cultural problem. Absolutely. The problem arises when it goes from having a bad personality trait to having character flaws. You can have bad personality traits that you can work on or that someone else could just kind of overlook and deal with. But if you have a lack of character, that's a character flaw, and I would not try to overlook or put up with character flaws in people. So when you're going to pick a mate, do your best to pick a mate with personality flaws you can handle, and character flaws don't exist. You don't want people that are character flawed. No worries, Lost. Are you into Anatolian psychedelic rock? No, I don't even know what it is, so no, I'm not. Hi there, just wanted to say I adore your amazing hair. Thank you, Table of Horrors. Lloyd, what is your worst dream? I wouldn't even want to speak on that right now because thoughts become things. When you speak it into reality, words become actual physical things and it turns into matter. So I don't really speak about stuff like that. Right now, her hair is pretty amazing. Thank you, Erica Pinwee. Kidding. I'm a Leo, y'all. My birthday is on August 15th, coming up here pretty soon. My Amazon wish list is posted in the description of my actual channel page. And that's that. I'm a Leo with a cuspy ascendant. Does anybody want to guess my ascendant? I'm on the cusp. I'm not almost a Virgo. I'm in the middle of, I'm August 15th. That's not almost Virgo. I'm not on the cusp. I don't have Virgo tendencies at all, except where I have Virgo placement. I'm not almost a Virgo. That'd be like the 22nd would be almost a Virgo. Brian is the 23rd. Can I think about the best time in my life this very moment? Bad at astrology, I always get it wrong in quiz shows. I share your mother's birthday, Herb. That's very interesting. So does anybody want to take a wild guess at my ascendant? So the ascendant is usually right when you meet someone, boom, your first impression of their outward personality. Before you're like, oh, she's a Leo. Val, I'm Libra Scorpio cusp ascendant. Very good. Ah, Pamela, thank you. That's good. And then anybody want to take a stab at my moon sign? So your moon sign is all where like your emotions live. It's the what's truly, truly, truly the most important thing to you deep down. The core of what matters to you. I just said what a moon sign was. Is my hair natural and do you enjoy being you? Does my hair look fake or something? Yes, my hair is natural. I will, but I don't want to get yelled at. Cancer. Wow. Who yelled? Yeah. I went too early. Okay. Aquarius. Great. Let's get tanked. Bungle dance. You're asking, are you saying that my moon sign is Aquarius? Just curious why you would pick that one. No answer. Okay. Yes, I have an Aquarius moon. The Aquarius moon means that I was put here to dedicate my life to helping humanity ascend, transcend, evolve, break free, know themselves a little better, whatever. On a micro or macro, it doesn't matter to me. And I use my Leo-ness to do it. Must be a Libra? Not a Libra. Well, I didn't find it funny, neither did she. What did he say? I missed it. Thank you, Herb. I appreciate that. Tell your mama. And don't forget her birthday. I grew up with two other Pams and we shared the same birthday. That's interesting. Really interesting. Okay, so you guys, the other day, because I don't think that I'll be told when my stepfather dies, I Google him every like 6 months to see if he's alive or dead because we don't communicate through directly. And some guy with his exact name in the town he lives had just died. And he had the same birthday as my mother, who also lives in that town. That's how you know it's a simulation. I'm just like, oh wow, that's so what a coincidence. Well, Eric, some people, do that. It's fine. I meant not being Virgo leaning. When you corrected him on your status, not being virginity leaning. Virgo leaning? Oh, that's what you said. Okay. I missed that whole conversation and it's all good. Nobody get their panties in a twist. I'm the only one allowed to get my panties in a twist on a live stream. All right. Do I have water? Yeah. Oh, that tastes gross. What is your tarot dream? Do you believe in tarot like solitaire? Lloyd? I don't use tarot cards. I don't need that. I can tap directly into my subconscious. I don't need dream interpretation or tarot cards on a regular basis. Um, Tarot cards were only meant to be used by an individual themselves, for themselves. Tarot was not intended to be used to read for other people or for entertainment or for making money. You can only read for yourself to truly, truly start understanding situations and people and subconscious and all that stuff. I'm the stage manager of yeah. I'm the director of this porno. So you mean I'm not going to be a millionaire? Maybe you will. We need more enlightened millionaires and billionaires. So everybody get busy. Get busy. Get busy. Have I ever been invited in a sweat lodge? I mean, I was invited to Bikram yoga and I didn't go. That's kind of the same, right? Nice guy. Maybe together all of us could become one billionaire. Together we could create millionaires together, right? That's right, Herb. Herb, sorry. I mean Herb. That was right the first time. I'm not a stoner. I'm not. I quit smoking. But like a real Lakota one. No, I haven't, and I wouldn't go. I can't go into saunas. I can't do hot rooms. I can't do. My heart starts beating funny and I pass out. That's not happening. I just went into a sauna it last year and almost died. It took my heart like 45 minutes to recover. How do I look so good? Are you super healthy? Yes, I am super healthy. It's because I've been purposeful about myself. How do we go from over 200 to 33? Because the trolls go and report the channel. They're like, this person has sexual content. And so they limit it. Inappropriate. They get mad. And the only thing they can think to do is go report the channel. Whatever. It comes right back the next day, dummies. All right. Lost. I'm so glad. Yeah, so I've been purposeful about my health because I was a sick child. Growing up very sick, I think makes you really want to not get sick. Like if you spend a lot of time, I lived in a little oxygen tent in the hospital when I was a little toddler. And they did all kinds of tests on me in the 1970s. Um, After you have those kinds of experiences, and then remember I told you the story about my pediatrician walk. I had to go to the ER because I couldn't breathe. I was like 4. And he walks in and he's like, how's my future wife? And I was like, what? So, what is your number one essential what? Only the good ones? Yeah. Yeah, baby. Ted Kaczynski type backstory? What are we talking about, Bungle? Oh, I know. It's because there's music. Fucking YouTube. Oh, did you hear me say that? Oh, I'm sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean it. I'm a Libra. Just found out my moon is Sag and your ascendant is Gemini. Okay, good. Carla Silva. I remember a hospital stay as a child. My mom swears it never happened. I was probably abducted, but I cannot say for sure one way or the other. Oh, that's scary. What is she hiding from you? What? I don't know. Maybe that's very interesting. My sister still harbors resentment to this day because my mom let me take my sister's Mrs. Beasley doll to the hospital in the oxygen tent, which was kind of dumb. Why would you do that? And I lost the glasses. How does a 3-year-old lose the glasses of a doll in a hospital room? I don't know. They were probably just under the seat of the car or something. But it's like one of her deep-seated childhood memories. And honestly, my mom should not have let me take my sister's Mrs. Beasley doll. That's not what you do. If a kid has a doll, you don't give it to the other kid to take. Give the kid their own doll. Why would I want the Mrs. Beasley doll? Maybe I said I wanted the Mrs. Beasley doll. Maybe she said, here, take my Mrs. Beasley doll. I don't know. I was only a fucking little girl and I couldn't fucking breathe, so I went to the hospital. But, just being born made my sister mad. A ghost. What's up, Sammy? Hi, Sammy. The glasses went in the volcano with the virgins. That's right. With Pam. Hey, Pam, did you get those Mrs. Beasley doll glasses to the volcano with you? Probably. Probably that's where they went. I put a lot of oil in my hair last night because it's so dry here. And then I wrapped it up in the things. And I just want you guys to know, I really want everybody to respect everybody in the chat. Okay? There's no point in name calling. Don't call anybody names here. I don't like that. I'm the only one that's allowed to call people names. Thank you. Buffy's doll. Yep. That's right. That was Mrs. Beasley. Joaquin, why sadly? Buffy and Jody. Have you ever heard about those two? If you think Hollywood's bad now, is this a 24-hour stream? No. No. I only came on for 1 hour yesterday. Well, I've said my piece. I wanted to talk to you guys about that stuff. A spiritual seeker is still a human being. A spiritual seeker still has emotions and texture and can be very fiery one day or very watery the next day or very airy the next day or very earthy one day because we're dynamic creatures and we're here to experience the range. Now, we didn't get to 200 likes, so I'm not going to tell you guys what your spirit's purpose is. Sorry. Maybe if we get a super chat to make up for it. I never put a goal up there, but other creators do, and they seem to meet those goals. It's like when Sean left, there's no more super chats coming in. That's okay. No problem. Mr. Natural said what best? Woo, 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 woo. I absolutely agree, you guys. Just send it to my Venmo. Gen V Night. The meaning of it all don't mean she wit. I disagree. I think for some of us, we were actually put here to do something specific. It's happening right now. For me and others like me that are doing it, we know what we're doing, and we're doing it right now. We've been waiting our whole lives for this. And some of them, a lot of them are only like in their 20s. And so they haven't been waiting their whole lives. They were kind of born for this, but they're recognizing this is the time. Everybody's sensing it. It's like, what is going on? And oh, is it a psyop? I don't know. Maybe. But I've never experienced anything like this in life. And my intuition and what I've always thought is now getting more and more validity. And other people, I've never said certain things that I think out loud as far as my concept for what might be the nature of our physical reality. So, Herb, I don't think there's 8 billion people here. Do you? That's another psyop. I really don't think so. We connect telepathically on these live streams. We move our fingers left to right and press send, and Miss Genevieve sees them as Mr. or nice guy. Yeah. For real, we shouldn't even need this. Once we get off the stream, we should all be able to stay connected. Once you guys feel like you're at that level of spiritual telepathy, let me know, and we'll just do that instead. I won't need to talk. Talking hurts. Ugh. Buy more guns or seek out nearest volcano. I haven't stretched since the other night, so maybe that's what I need to do right now. I'm stretched. I'm stretched. I'm stretched. I'm stretched. He's got a stretch. Oh, do I believe in God? I believe in some sort of creator. There had to be something, right? Nearest volcano gun. Who is that creator? Listen, if you ever ask someone who the creator is and they absolutely know, run. I don't know who the creator is any more than you do. I used to be one of those people too, because I've always had a conversation with divinity, and then I, on top of my own nature, was superimposed God. And once I woke up from that dream, who shouldn't matter? Mike, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The creator is God. Logan knows everything. That's great. Good for you. You're going to come a point in your life when you're like, you know what? I don't really know anything. And that's a beautiful place to be. You go ahead and you believe in your little God. That's fine. I don't know. I don't know. And if there's a God, he's like, I know you don't know. That's okay. Exactly, Herb. Whatever source. Because there's a narrative that goes with it. The story that goes with it. You know how kids believe in Santa Claus and then there's a huge void and tear in their heart and soul when they learn Santa Claus is not real, which he is. I have taught my kids he's real, and I'll explain that in a minute. That whatever. Hunter, I shouldn't have read any chat because anytime I read someone else's words, regardless of what they're saying, if it's smart or stupid or whatever, I forget what I'm saying. Okay, so Santa Claus. When you tell them Santa Claus isn't real, they've got a huge hole that needs to be filled with something. When you rip something out of a hole, something has to fill the hole. If you don't fill the hole intentionally, it'll get filled for you. Most people, Santa Claus gets filled with God because you want a big man. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better not cry. Why? You better not pout. Better not cry. Better not shout. Because Santa Claus is watching. Oh, it's not Santa Claus, it's God. So we'll call him God now from now on. Okay, you be afraid of him. Yeah, no, Brian, slow your roll, bro. That's why, you know, you need to slow your roll. The Jaguar King is the stars make you question things first time you meet him. The Jaguar King and the stars make you question. Okay. Santa Claus gets filled with natural ice 18 pack. Okay, shoot. Do you, bloated boo boo? When you're sick of being bloated, you come here and I'll tell you how to beat the bloat. Tiger King, yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let's see what the energy says about this stream today. See if we can get it going. Eric, you can wrap your gut in wet paper towels soaked in salt water, paper mache that to your gut, and then wrap that, only if you don't have low blood pressure, wrap that in plastic for like 45 minutes or an hour. It pulls out bloat, extravascular fluid. Because I know if you're drinking that much beer, boy, you're bloated AF. Bungle dance? Let me check you out for a second because I really haven't really paid too much attention to what you've said because you're very intermittent. But I'm going to take a look and see if you get to say or go. Okay, no good, not quite. The Jaguar King. Okay, first time. She makes you question things. Okay. Mr. Natural said it best. Glasswood volcano, Ted Kaczynski type backstory. Like a real Lakota one. Have you ever been invited? Aquarius. Great, let's get tanked. Pisces, padded room, OnlyFans live from volcano, best peaches. Okay, so you're doing all right. Ubermach by Nietzsche. Nietzsche. You ever read the Gita? Have you ever read the Gita, Bungle? Just curious. You're safe for now. Logan, you're projecting your beliefs onto me, and that's fine. I don't care. Bye. The proper way really to say that would be, I can't do anything without God, so I am using God right now. That would be how you would say that. Because otherwise you're just talking shit. Say you, as in you. That's probably more accurate and accepted. Do you feel the difference though? I mean, I love it, but that's not what I'm looking for. Thank you, Eric. Erica Peenwee. I wish it was WPN so I could call you a Ween Pea. You're trying to save me from going to hell? I didn't ask you to do that. Nobody did. Pacific Northwest, not Pee-wee. Peenwee. Like a tiny penis. Peenwee. That's what I was saying. The bulls didn't like the peenwee. I'm so hot. Oh, Brian, don't you worry. Ooh, I got a cramp. Don't you worry, Brian. I've got plans for everybody in the chat. Just kidding. I mean, dog woman, what, right? Logan, nobody asked you for help. Did anyone here ask Logan for help, you guys? I used to do the same thing, honey. I used to think I was helping when nobody asked. I thought they needed my help. That was very arrogant of me back then. Now I only help people that want help. Bungle. And not only advice, Eric Peenwee, he wants to save me from going to hell. So he thinks I'm going to hell, which means he's judging me, which means he's not Christian at all. Jesus said, don't judge your fucking neighbor, lest ye be judged. Do you want me to judge you, Lakota? I'm not interested because I don't do that, but I'm sure a bunch of other people here will do that. Why do I call you honey? Because I'm trying to save you from going to hell. Jimmy Jackson, how you doing? So funny how sometimes it just won't do it. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, Logan's the savior? Oh no. Oh no. I've denied the savior. I know it. It's so weird. Like I said, I tried to make it do this for 10 years. And you see why it's so hard to do. It's called sympathetic resonance, according to science and my girlfriend Tammy, who's a sound healer. Oh, Erica Dunaway. Is your name Eric or Erica? Erica, me Erica Pinwee. Hey, Eric. I'm glad you have a good sense of humor. I know I've been picking on you a little bit and calling you names, and there are so many people that would not have been able to handle that. And I'm totally just messing with you, bro. You know what I mean? Here's the interesting thing, that very, very high vibration, I guess, can really only show up when there's very high vibration. Jimmy, we all want the fuck out of here. We're building a mothership to get the fuck out of here. We're in a cult. I'm the cult leader. Everybody has to agree with everything I say and do whatever I tell them to do. Do you understand me? Mine too, right? If I laugh, then it gets better. You guys, let's I don't really know what this is, but it sounds kind of cool. Hey, Brian, is it better without my shocks in? Why are they called shocks, by the way? That's the sound that make their heads explode? Interesting. Mars attacks. Well, that does make sense. Better with them in. Okay, cool. Let's try it again. So what we're doing here is trying to generate the sympathetic resonance sound with both of the bowls together. When I do just one bowl, you're going to get this. Or this. When you put them together, you get the sympathetic resonance. But what is the thing is that somehow, no, I don't remember that. He didn't die in School of Rock. Um, I mean, what? So here's what I actually think. I think okay, we talked about sexual alchemy a little bit ago. Oh, maybe that's why it banned me because I said that word. I mean, not banned. There's 20 some odd people in here now instead of 200. So, when you practice sexual alchemy and you create that engine, there are stories I've heard, and this is what I've thought for a long time, that ETs or wherever in the fuck they come from, in the oceans, the other side of the ice wall, in those lands or wherever, they create their vehicle through their energy and through their collective energy. And I think that has a lot to do with it. Thank you, Brian. It just opened a small volcano. That was CERN. That wasn't that. That was CERN. Pam, there's a volcano in Bungle Dance's living room that you could probably jump into if you don't want to go all the way up to Yosemite or to Yellowstone. What's up, Joe Bouchier? Ça va? Eggs as usual. Eggs as usual. Eggs as usual. That's how I'm going to have to say it from now on. Eggs as usual. Maybe I'll just say X when I talk about eggs as usual. I'll just say eggs. New Tennessee volcano. Yeah. That's funny. We went over. Okay, you guys, listen. Here's the real deal, okay? I am planning to do a live stream starting at about 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time tonight. And this is a stream where I'm not going to be doing anything, talking to you guys probably or anything like that. I might be doing like a little yoga, a little whatever, my bedtime wind down routine, and then sleeping. And that's it. Yeah. I've been sleeping on the floor. I feel so much better. I slept on the floor for 7 years and then didn't. And I still had a hard surface, or I didn't, like it just depended. But when I do it tonight, I'm going to be right here. And I feel so much better. I sleep so much better. It's like a massage on the hard surface, you know. Tiger. I didn't forget. I'll be sleeping when you do. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So definitely you guys come back, and I hope that you got something out of this live stream that helps you in life. Nice Guy says, anybody knows what AI wizards have in common? What all wizards? What? AI and wizards have in common? They both use rare earth crystals because wizards believe they come from fossil remains of giants. Well, do you know what else uses crystals? Your phone, your computer. They won't run without the crystals. Erica, so yeah, Pam was concerned about things, and I told her she should probably jump in the volcano, to which she said yes. She's excited, and then Bungle Dance from Tennessee. Bungle, if you want me to remember facts about you, you need to put your name and your picture. Otherwise, it's fine if you don't. I don't care. But I can't remember what you tell me about yourself. Otherwise. Will the camera be far away like it was last time or close to you? Dude, don't worry about it. Show up. If you don't like the live stream, you can bail. Okay? So everybody go to my website, GenevieveNightingale.com or psychicbestie.com, like last time. And also know that I do have a Venmo, Gen V Night. That is an excellent way to support the channel, keep the stream going, because if I have to go get a normal job, I'm not going to be streaming.